Welcome back to Charleston County RoadWise. As promised, we're going to be talking about the Boeing plant and how the RoadWise program has been involved in not only making it available, those roads that are in this area available to individuals who work here, but also encouraging the economy in this area, North Charleston and the rest of South Carolina. So RoadWise is trying to do its job, and we hope that you appreciate that, I'm sure. But I'd like you to appreciate someone else who's going to be talking with us now. He is Mel Peterson, Director of Site Services for Boeing, 25 years in this business, from coal country, Washington State, and you're here in South Carolina. What kind of work are you doing exactly here at Boeing?
Well, I started as the program manager for the construction project here, but I've now become the facilities director in effect. So we take care of the facilities and security, fire protection, so forth for the site.
Well, you know that RoadWise does road projects. We widen, we improve them in as many ways as we can for the traffic, so the traffic can get through and folks can get to work. How does that serve this organization?
Well, it's important for our employees to be able to get to work. It's also important for us to be able to make our deliveries and so forth on time to support our production system. So it's important, sure.
And it's working for you at this point?
Yeah, I would say so, yes.
When you came here, and you were here at the very beginning almost, or certainly when the plant was under construction, what was the road system like, and was there concern?
Well, originally when we initially got here, there was fairly restricted access to the site. We did not see the beautiful entry you see here today. So there was one main entry into the site, and it was just a two-lane entry. So with the amount of expansion that we've done and the additional employees that we've added, we had to have a more a better system to get people in and out of the site, and also to get our deliveries in and out of the site.
Give us some idea as to the approximate, if you can, number of people who are using these roads on a regular basis, daily basis, or what have you.
Well, that's a good question. I would say there's probably between 5,000 and 6,000 trips a day in and out of here. So there's a lot of use on these roadways, yes.
And it's all throughout the day and night, I bet.
Yes, it is. We work 3 shifts.
Have you had any complaints from employees about this road system that's going in here now?
Specific to the road system, no, not really. I mean, there's backups that occur at rush hour here that people deal with everywhere, and I don't imagine anybody enjoys those. But generally speaking, no, not about the roadways.
Now, one of your neighbors is the Charleston International Airport, and I would imagine there are going to be customers going there, and there'll be employees coming here. Any thoughts about that?
Well, we worked closely with the airport when we developed some of the projects that you see here today relative to the roadway configuration, and they've been great neighbors. We think we've been pretty good neighbors too, in trying to address some of their concerns in the planning phase of the things that were done, and considering their needs as we went through this. So, yeah, I think it's been a great relationship with them to date, and I think it'll continue to be a good relationship.
I bet you've talked with some of our city officials from North Charleston and the city of Charleston. Certainly all of them have been out here.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that from what I hear, they're very pleased with the road system that's been installed. Many people work in the various, as you mentioned earlier, in the various facilities out here. Mm-hmm. And they travel along these roadways, and fortunately we got them in on time. There are roads. Are you familiar with the roads that were completed at Aviation, and then the roads that were completed in this very area here?
Yeah. Well, of course, we work closely with all the agencies relative to this intersection and the widening and relocation of Aviation Avenue, and those were necessary for our expansion and also for our access. So very familiar with those. I also know there were a couple of small projects done on the other end of Aviation for access to the freeway.
You know, I've had a wonderful opportunity to talk with individuals who are management for other plants and companies that have moved into this area. As a matter of fact, in our opening, we talked about the Palmetto Commerce Parkway, and the fact that was redone, widened and what have you, medians improved so that the employees who come to these plants, especially to the new plants, are able to get there. And one thing that the gentleman who is in charge of all of this said to me, and I'd like your comments on it, he said, you know, this is a great spot to be in, because he says we're near the dock, we're near the ships that will take our product to whatever part of the world that we need. It seems that the roads are pretty good, or are good these days. This makes this, to me, it seems like this is a little mecca, if you will, for plants, new plants coming in. So therefore, was all of this considered when the decision was made, just from your perspective?
Well, they had to be. I mean, access not only to the port and the rail system and so forth is important, but access to the airport also for the product we build is important, and that had to be a factor. I think the other thing that probably needs to be mentioned is that we've had just excellent support out of the county and the state and RoadWise and the airport. Everybody has really come together to help us get to where we are today. City of North Charleston, can't leave them out. Everybody really has worked hard to make this a success, I think, on all fronts. So we're very pleased to do business here. It's been great.
That's a great way to end our interview, and I'll just leave it at that. Everybody's been great, and that's what we plan to continue doing. I'm assured of that. Thank you very much.